There's something to the Lord's calling. If he wants you doing something, he usually makes you interested in doing it. And he just gave me this interest in like understanding the miracle of life and the nature of human relationships and love and how they lead to life. I became involved in pro-life work at a really young age. When I was a kid, my mom used to take us outside of Planned Parenthood, usually with the other families and like the homeschool group and the Catholic community. And we would stand there and we would just protest and say the rosary peacefully. I still remember the day that I learned what abortion was on my front porch talking to my mom. And I just remember being like crying, like, why? How? It was completely unfathomable to me. In high school, I started to get involved and I would go outside of Planned Parenthood with my friends, with my brother. I led the pro-life club. I got involved with a Catholic pro-life camp that educated. And then I would just read. What inspired me to go into pro-life work was partially that desire, that interest in understanding the right and wrong involved in the bringing of new life into the world, which is a beautiful thing. And then the other thing was that when I was 13, my mom had a trisomy 18 baby. They don't usually live beyond birth, often not carried to term at all. And then when she was 7.5 months pregnant, she gave birth and Grace died upon birth peacefully. And yeah, we buried her the next week. And that was like incredibly, incredibly difficult for me, for my family. But I remember like, being 13 and going with my mom to appointments and just like the reality of this situation with my family and the love we bore for my sister, for Grace. And despite the intense love I had for her and still have for her, whenever my mom came in for appointments, the doctors asked if she wanted to abort because this child wasn't going to live beyond birth. She was only going to be a medical disability, a medical problem for them to solve, basically. Her life didn't matter. It was about how expensive it was going to be for the hospital to help my mom carry to term, to have my mom give birth, to support my mom through the pregnancy, and then, God forbid, taking care of a child with a severe birth defect. Every single appointment, it was, do you want to abort? Because they're going to die anyway. And my mom was just horrified because you have a child, an innocent child, and you could either let a miracle happen, you can let nature take its course, you can hope for the life of the child, or you can give up, you can despair, and you can, instead of giving her a peaceful death as she's likely to have, you can subject her to a horrific, violent death of dismemberment in the most safe, loving place that she's ever going to live. The inherent contradiction and the lie there. Small steps you can take to get involved in the pro-life cause. Start pretty basic. Learn, read, look up Students for Life, Live Action, the Right to Life League. I just wrote an article about 5 things you can do to get involved. I didn't go here with the intention of I want to do pro-life work, so I'm going to get this degree and I'm going to do this and that and be set up to go into pro-life work at the end of my college career. It just kind of happened that way, and Grace, get the word out about what you think and why you think it. So it's been really cool to learn how better to reach people and how better to do my job with just your basic marketing tactics. So now for the Right to Life League, what I do is weekly emails. I just send out our emails. I'm on top of the marketing behind them and trying to encourage people to donate and educate people about the work that we do. I've learned design, I've learned writing, I've learned marketing strategy, and I've worked in a bunch of different places that have taught me that as well. It's neat because I feel much more equipped to work in the movement, having learned these things. The human culture and human society in its fallenness has always tried to pretend that certain groups of people are not human. Human life is valuable. In all stages of life, no matter the circumstances, no matter what might happen, no matter what has happened, no matter who they are, human life is valuable, has inherent dignity, and every person deserves a right to life.
So I really wanted to be a filmmaker starting out. I always knew I wanted to tell stories. JPCatholic was brand new when I attended. I was in the 3rd class, but I loved just how hands-on it was. I loved how it seamlessly integrated the writing, the producing, the video elements.